Welcome to York College Basketball on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Here's Wagner in rhythm. A three. Got it. Top of the lane. Back out to Gord, right side. Step back. Three. Hits again.
The Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. York.
Here's a three. Caleb Ferris nails it. Goes to Wagner. Three. It's good. It's good.
Now for the call of today's game, here's the voice of the Spartans, Daryl Henry.
Good evening, everyone. Live from the Mags Physical Activity Center in Salisbury, Maryland. It's York College basketball here on WOYK's YouTube channel as the York College Spartan women visit the Salisbury University Seagulls in the first conference matchup between these two clubs of the 2019-2020 season. Hello, everyone. I am Ray Jensen calling the action here this evening as the York College Spartan women look to get their fourth conference victory in their first 5 matchups of the season. And for the Seagulls, they were going in opposite direction to the Spartans. They're looking for just their second win in conference in their first 5. For the Spartan women last time out, it was a handful win against the Mary Washington Eagles, 67-55, thanks to a career-high night from Alana Bortner of 28 points and two rebounds in the effort. Not mentioned, Molly Day with 17 points and 6 boards. Kayla Ferris contributing where she can, as usual, 6 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals, doing a little bit of everything. And what was a momentous win for York, and so much that Bortner, a lot of her points came in the second half of that contest against Mary Washington. But the Spartans, their only blemish in conference play this year has been against CNU, where they lost at CNU 64-50 on January 10th. They have the second best record in the CAC right now in conference play at 3-1, just below CNU at 4-0. For Salisbury, they have the second worst conference record at 1-3. They are only above the winless St. Mary's Seahawks, who are 0-4. But there's a lot of commonalities between these two teams here tonight. Both defend the ball very well. The Spartans averaging 59 points allowed to Salisbury's 57.3. So these teams are very evenly matched on the defensive end of the floor, and they're both very young squads in general. Just like the Spartans this season, Salisbury has no seniors on their roster. They have just 3 juniors, though. The Spartans outrank the Seagulls in that category with their 6 juniors on the squad. The Seagulls are led primarily by their sophomores. In fact, just like the Spartans, Alana Bortner, who leads this green and white in points at 12.5 this far in the year, they are led offensively by a sophomore themselves here in Salisbury, Kaylee Otlowski, who's averaging 14 points and 7 rebounds, both team-leading stat categories, and she also leads the team in blocks at 19 blocks on the season, the only Seagulls player with double-digit blocks on the year. The Spartans have 3 such players in that category of Day, Carlson, and Zumbrum, all in double digits. So it should be an interesting matchup, and we'll hear from head coach Betsy Whitman later on in the program in our halftime report as she discussed with me how they plan to attack the Seagulls tonight. As I mentioned, both these teams very sound defensively. And the Seagulls, while they're 8-11 overall in the year, this is still a quality program. They're just 5 years removed from a 28-3 season, which their season ended in the Elite 8 of the NCAA tournament that year. They lost to number 7 Montclair State. And what was a wonderful run for them. Just like the Spartans, they're trying to replace at least 4 seniors from last year that led them, especially offensively. Kaylin French, a forward for them, led them offensively last year. The Spartans, of course, were led by Katie McGowan and her excellent offensive prowess. But both teams have done great jobs in filling those gaps, and it'll be interesting to see tonight how they match up in their first CAC meeting of the season. We'll bring you the rest of our pregame show after this on the Spartan Sports Network, getting you set for York College versus Salisbury University here on the Spartan Sports Network. Stay tuned.
York College of Pennsylvania is where your life's work begins. It starts with the passion you'll find, the connections you'll make, the career you'll pursue, and it begins from day one. Because your life's work is more than work. It's the lives you'll touch. It's the difference you'll make. Better connections, a smarter plan, a life that works. From day one. York College of Pennsylvania, ycp.edu.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Remember when an app was listen only? Oh yeah, that was kind of us, wasn't it? Well, we have a new app. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores and take Sports Radio 1350 on the go like never before. Listen on the go like always, and now get easier access to archived games and programs on demand. Watch WOYK game broadcasts on YouTube and so much more. Search the new WOYK on the Apple and Google Play stores and download today. It's not just an app, it's a lifestyle. Sports Radio 1350. First in York, first in sports.
What's the deal with the Dan Patrick Show?
Dan Patrick.
Shouldn't Kawhi be the new Dos Equis guy? Like, wouldn't he be a great man of mystery? Instead of that guy that's supposed to look like Michael Phelps, who took over for the old guy. Yeah, I thought it was one of the, that was like, hey, how about we get a guy who looks like Michael Phelps as the most interesting man in the world? Kawhi would be great because he's so deadpan.
Dan Patrick, mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. We're screaming green. How about you? The York College Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Ray Jensen back with you as we continue our pregame show here in the Spartan Sports Network on WOYK's YouTube channel here this evening. We do have coverage of the men's game tonight as the York College Spartan men host the Salisbury University Seagulls at the Grumbacher Sport and Fitness Center. Daryl Henry has the call of that contest, and that can be heard across all the normal channels, WOYK 1350 AM, 98.9 FM, and of course YCPSpartans.com, 98.9 WOYK.com, and the WOYK mobile app. So you can listen to Daryl and myself as we'll have you covered on all areas here tonight of York College Spartan basketball. For tonight, the Spartans look to get the better of the Salisbury University Seagulls as the Seagulls, of course, enter tonight 8-11. They are 3-3 on their home court. For the Spartans, 12-7. They are 5-4 on the road this year, already a better mark than last year where they failed to reach even 5 wins on the road. They struggled a lot away from the Grumbacher Center last year, just accruing 4-9 record on the road. For tonight, it will be interesting to see how they guard players like Kaylee Otlowski, who is averaging 14 points and 7 boards. Other players to look out for, Lauren Fortescue, one of their starting guards tonight. She is an excellent three-point shooter, averaging at least 11 points a game, and she has shot 33s on the year, leading the squad. We'll take one last time out in our pregame show, and after that, it's the tip-off, brought to you by York Educational Federal Credit Union. That's all next here on the Spartan Sports Network.
Hey, Dad, what's with all these papers and stuff?
Well, you're starting college in 2 weeks, and I'm doing some homework, cramming to find a college loan to pay the rest of your tuition. I'm afraid it's going to be an all-nighter, honey.
I wanted to talk to you about that, Dad. I think a student choice loan with York Educational FCU would be the best way to go.
YEFCU? We got a mortgage through them. Great rate, and I love the fact that they have free bill payer, but student loan?
Yeah, YEFCU student choice loan pays for my cost of attendance at York College or most other four-year schools, minus the financial aid I already received. The student choice loan would take care of tuition, books, room and board, all that stuff. But the best part is that YEFCU Student Choice Loan is a one-time application. That means next year, I just tell them how much I need, and they'll disperse the money right to the school.
So we don't have to reapply every year?
Nope. So step away from the homework, Dad. A Student Choice Loan is the best move we can make.
So we're not staying up all night? Oh, did I ever tell you about the night I did an entire term paper in one night with an old typewriter and no correction ribbon?
What's a typewriter?
York Educational Federal Credit Union, 1601 South Queen Street, York. Apply online at yefcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey guys, shooting a promo.
This is The Herd.
3, 2, 1.
With Colin Cowherd.
In the NBA, let's be honest about this. Of all the teams next year, of all the stars that line up, LeBron's going to be the first or second best player in the league, and Anthony Davis, the only big who you trust late to hit a free throw, is one of the top 5 or 6 if they don't give up the farm, meaning keep Kyle Kuzma. Vegas this morning has them as favorites to win the West, and they've been in utter dysfunction for 12 months. That is the advantage to the massive brand. Lakers probably end up the highest-rated TV product and the co-favorites to win the title with all this mess for the last several years. I mean, LeBron and AD will be the best star duo in the NBA. They will be. And they're going to make that deal in 5 days, maybe sooner.
This is The Herd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Follow my logic here.
It's Outkick the Coverage with Clay Travis.
Y'all ready? Joe Burrow, to me, didn't just win his team the division. Again, this is barring cataclysm in the final 3 games. He won his team, I believe, a playoff spot. May well have won them the SEC championship overall. He won himself the Heisman Trophy. That's the best quarterback performance I have ever seen in college football in person. And I think he actually locked up the number 1 overall pick for himself if the Cincinnati Bengals are going to go with quarterback, which it seems like they are. And if the Bengals are drafting, I don't see how you don't take Joe Burrow number 1 overall. And by the way, there's a few people out there who took Joe Burrow to win the Heisman Trophy. Before the season started, the odds were 200 to 1. It's now minus 1,000 that he is going to be the Heisman Trophy winner.
It's Outkick the Coverage with Clay Travis.
Mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
What's the deal with the Dan Patrick Show?
Dan Patrick.
People know the Toronto Raptors are in the finals also? Or is anyone aware of this fact?
I don't think anybody is factoring in the possibility that the Raptors could win the finals. Everything is about Golden State. If they win, their legacy. If they win, what's that mean for Kevin Durant? And then all of a sudden it's like, well, yeah, and the Raptors, yeah, they got a chance, I guess.
Dan Patrick. Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. Your home for the Spartans. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. York.
Ray Jensen back with you in the Spartan Sports Network, getting you set for your York College Spartan women taking on the Salisbury University Seagulls. Tonight, the Spartans and their starting 5, mentioned in our conversation with Betsy Whitman, which you'll hear in the halftime report, that they're going with a taller lineup than usual here tonight. The starting 5 for the Spartans will be Kayla Ferris, 5'9" junior guard, number 21. Then number 23, Alana Bortner, a 5'10" sophomore who scored career-high points last time out against Mary Washington with 28. And then Molly Day, the junior forward, number 32. Megan Carlson, the other forward for the Spartans here tonight. And for Haley Luckaball, and getting another start, her 12th start of the season for the Spartan, with 37 points in 1 game on the year, including 9 threes made in that contest. So Haley Luckaball, Megan Carlson, Molly Day, Alana Bortner, and Kayla Ferris, the starting 5 for your York College Spartans. And for the Salisbury University Seagulls, they'll be going with Lauren Fortescue, a sophomore guard who leads the team in three-pointers made at 30, averages 11 points per game. Number 11, Jada Welbin, another guard, a sophomore, contributing 6 points per game and 3 boards. Then another guard, a junior, Amber Onyekwere, number 12, has scored 7 points per game, and it leads the team in assists, over 3 assists per game. So Onyekwere, the third starter for the Seagulls tonight. Kaylee Otlowski, their leading offensive scorer, 14 points a game. Also one of their starting 5 here this evening. About ready to get set for this matchup. The other one, I forgot to mention, Emily Dilger, the finish out the starting 5 for the Seagulls. About ready for the opening tip-off, brought to you by York Educational Federal Credit Union. For the Spartans, it's Carlson, and for the Seagulls, it's Otlowski. And the Spartans win the opening tip with Carlson getting it to Alana Bortner. And we are underway here from the Mags Physical Activity Center in Salisbury, Maryland. Spartans in the half-court. Day looking for somebody inside. Tried to tip it away from Carlson, but Otlowski got a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds. Goes out of bounds on the Spartans, so Salisbury will take over. Salisbury does play very aggressive defense. If you look across their roster, you'll find multiple players of at least a steal per game, or if not more than that. In the half court, Fortescue trying to feed it into Otlowski. Otlowski backdoor to Amber Onyekwere. Tries to take a step on the baseline and is fouled by a Spartan. It's going to go on the Spartans. Megan Carlson, that's her first. Onyekwere got some space in the baseline, and Carlson with the aggressive defense accrued the foul. So on the inbounds, Fortescue gets it away to Anu Kaweri. Gets it away to Jada Welbin. Welbin, who can shoot, goes just inside the perimeter. Shoots a long jumper, goes off the left side of the rim and out. Ferris the board for York as Kayla Ferris charges up the court for the green and white. Settles near top of the key, now goes to the right wing, finds Carlson. Carlson trying to go across the floor, trying to feed inside the Bortner. She does as Bortner slashes and is met by a duo of Seagulls, and they call a jump ball. Salisbury gets the arrow, but it will flip. As the Seagulls inbound, Anu Kaweri gets it away to Jada Welbin. Welbin, another stout three-point shooter for these Seagulls. Has made 16 threes this year. Otlowski now with the ball on the top of the key. She'll feed in the corner. That's Anu Kaweri. Kaweri charges at the baseline, gets it away to Dilger. Dilger, it's out to Welbin as she drives in. Lay-in, takes a couple of high bounces off the left side of the rim. No good. Rebound York. Here comes Bortner off the feed from Day. Now to Haley Luckaball. The walks for Colonial, leaves it for the York Suburban Trojan and Day. Day, nice feed inside to Ferris, but Ferris cannot get the runner to go. Ferris had a beautiful baseline cut, just couldn't get the friendly bounce for the two-point shot. Other end, Salisbury, a three-point shot for Fortescue, no good, too high. Took a high bounce off the backboard, rebound York. Bortner goes to her left of Ferris. Ferris calls for some off-ball movement as Welbin tried to get a hand in there, gets it away to Carlson. Carlson to Luckaball, who almost goes out of bounds but keeps it in, getting it away to Carlson. Carlson inside to Day, who is open, couple of dribbles under the rim, trying to find some space. Over, under, no good, gets her own miss. Her second attempt swatted by Otlowski, and here comes Salisbury. Fortescue, get to Welbin. Now back to Fortescue, top of the key, avoids Luckaball, drives in, short of the free-throw line, misses a jumper, and York will let it go out of bounds. So still no score from either side. Just over 2 minutes into this first quarter, 7:38 to be exact, left in the first quarter. Still no score between the Seagulls and Spartans. Inbounds for York. Ferris to Day. Day feeds inside to Luckaball. Luckaball bounced, and nice turnaround jumper for two. And that's the first point scored from either side tonight. The Spartans strike first. 2-0 lead for the Spartans off the two-point shot from Luckaball. Ball with the Salisbury Seagulls. Dilger goes to Otlowski. Otlowski drives in. Teardrop shot, no good. Rebound Ferris. Ferris, bounce pass to Carlson. She stops just inside the perimeter. Leaves it for Ferris. He goes to her right with Molly Day, right wing. Molly drives in towards the paint, working off of Otlowski and gets away from the tall 6-foot sophomore and lays it in for two. Spartans lead 4-0. 6 and change to go in the first quarter. Salisbury with the ball. Otlowski leaves it for Jada Welbin. Sophomore guard comes around towards the top. He's inside to Otlowski, who turns and gets the foul. And they will count the bucket as well as her hook shot goes in. It's Carlson's second foul of the evening. Zumbrum will come in for Carlson, who takes a seat. Meanwhile, the N1 opportunity is converted by Otlowski. So it's 4-3. Spartans have a 1-point lead. Kayla Ferris takes the ball up for York. 6:30 to go in the first quarter. Drives left off of Welbin. Nice screen from Zumbrum, who checked in for Megan Carlson, who has 2 fouls. Now feed inside to Day. Day steps away with the jumper. Good. Molly Day, a little fadeaway move. Her second bucket of the night makes it 6-3. York with a 3-point lead now. Welbin takes the ball up for Salisbury, leaves it for Fortescue, top of the key. Fortescue drives in off of Bortner. High floater, no good, off the backboard. Rebound Zumbrum. Brady, in her freshman season, averaging 5 rebounds a game for the green and white. Former DeLone Catholic Squirette. Spartans in the half court as Day with the ball on the right wing, looking for somebody open. Goes to Zumbrum, top of the key. Emily Dilger working off of Zumbrum. Zumbrum goes back to Day, right wing. 9 seconds and counting on the shot clock as Day will drive in, trying to spin off of Otlowski. She goes to her left, loses the handle, goes out of bounds. I believe a foul was committed. That's the first Salisbury foul of the evening, and that belongs to Kaylee Otlowski on the blocking foul. In the process of shooting was Day, so she will go to the free-throw line. The first free-throw trips for the Spartans tonight. Day's first free throw is good. Pushes the Spartan advantage to 4 for the time being, 7-3. Day's second. Takes a roll off the front of the rim and the backboard, but goes in. So that's a 5-point lead for York, 8-3, with 5:32 to go in the first quarter. Salisbury charging up the court for Teskew. Stopped short of a transition play, thanks to the Spartan defense who stopped her. Makawari goes inside to Otlowski. Otlowski's lay-in no good. Dilger, the offensive board. Shot attempt no good, but there is a foul on the play. They get Brady Zumbrum on that foul. It's the third Spartan foul of this first quarter. It's the first on Zumbrum. Dilger goes to the line, shooting 61% from the charity stripe. As a team, the Seagulls are shooting 64%. Her first free throw no good as it bounces off the back iron. Remains a 5-point advantage for the Spartans. Dilger, couple dribbles. Her second, that is good. So 1 for 2 on the trip to the free-throw line. Makes it a 4-point Spartan lead off the inbounds. Ferris to Luckaball, now back to Ferris. Ferris calls for a play. 5:10 to go in the first quarter. Ball knocked away out of bounds by the Seagulls. The pass intended to Luckaball. Spartans maintain possession. Luckaball will inbound in front of the Seagulls bench. Bounce pass goes to Day. Day trying to go inside the Zumbrum. Takeaway as Dilger gets the steal. Here comes Salisbury as Dilger, Otlowski, now a Fortescue. Back to Otlowski. Tries to go towards the elbow. She'll stop and take a shot. No good. Omakawari tried to come in with an offensive board, and she gets it and gets it away to Fortescue. Anu Kawari, an offensive board. She looks to be shaken up as she'll head towards the bench. So substitutions now for both the Seagulls and the Spartans, and the timeout, meanwhile, on the floor, a media timeout. Savannah Wilson will check in for the Spartans, and when we return, it's an 8-4 lead for the Spartans, under 5 to go in the first quarter. We're back with more action after this on the Spartan Sports Network.
Based right here in York, Gladfelder Insurance Group is one of the largest program managers and insurance brokers in the United States, with more than 500 associates serving 30,000 clients. From the Gladfelder Agency, an all-lines full-service agency in York, to specialty programs insurance serving the needs of commercial clients, including emergency responders, healthcare facilities, schools, towns, churches, and more, Gladfelder has been earning the trust of its clients for more than half a century. Gladfelder Insurance Group, a tradition of service founded on trust. Gladfelder Insurance Group is a proud supporter of York College of Pennsylvania and Spartan Athletics on WOYK.
Remember when an app was listen only? Oh yeah, that was kind of us, wasn't it? Well, we have a new app. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores and take Sports Radio 1350 on the go like never before. Listen on the go like always, and now get easier access to archived games and programs on demand. Watch WOYK game broadcasts on YouTube and so much more. Search the new WOYK on the Apple and Google Play stores and download today. It's not just an app, it's a lifestyle. Sports Radio 1350. First in York, first in sports.
Out of the media timeout, brought to you by Maple Donuts. It's 8-4, Spartan lead, under 5 to go in the first quarter. 4 seconds to go in the shot clock in the Salisbury possession. Dilger's hook shot, no good. Rebound, Zumbrum of the Spartans. New players on the court for both sides. Savannah Wilson in for the Spartans. Kylie Webb is checked in for the first time tonight for the Seagulls. Savannah Wilson with the ball for York. She drives in towards the paint, loses the handle. She tumbles forward and will stay with York. Another substitution in for the Seagulls. Courtney Brigham, the junior forward, has checked in for the first time. Kylie Webb, an important player for the Seagulls, especially last time out. In a losing effort to Christopher Newport off the bench, Webb scored 18 points, 6 of 7 from 3. Meanwhile, a 3 from the Spartans as Ferris misses a 3-point shot. Rebound to Salisbury. Ball number 11, Jada Welbin. Off the rebound for Salisbury, 11 on 11 as Wilson guarding Welbin. Welbin gets it away to Fortescue. Fortescue to Brigham. Now on the end floor, they'll call a foul. So a miscue and a turnover from Salisbury means ball for York. As Bortner gets away to Ferris. Still an 8-4 lead. 3:51 to go in the quarter. Ferris takes the ball up towards the right wing, looking for somebody, and there's the aggressive defense of the Seagulls. Almost swatting it away was one Kylie Webb. Ferris gets it away to Day, and Day inside the Wilson, who lets it fly on the run, and it's good for 2. Not the most traditional of lay-ins, but Savannah Wilson got the right angle, and that's 2 more points for York. It's Wilson's first bucket of the night. Makes it 10-4, 6-point advantage for the Spartans. Seagulls on the other end. As Welbin with the ball for Salisbury, gets it away. Left wing now with Kylie Webb. Webb drives in, goes to Otlowski. Otlowski to Welbin, drives in. Welbin met by a multitude of Spartans. Ball was knocked out of bounds by the Spartans. So possession will stay with the Seagulls. Another substitution for York. Day takes a seat as Lindsey Brown has checked in for the first time tonight. So Brown now on the floor for the green and white off the inbounds. Kylie Webb with the ball for the Seagulls. Gets it away to Welbin. Takes a last-second shot. No good, just inside the perimeter. Takes a high bounce off the backboard. Brown gets the board for York. Here comes the Spartans. It's Savannah Wilson, the primary ball carrier. Gets it away to Ferris. Ferris right wing. Looking for someone open. Finds Zumbrum top of the key. Zumbrum, a couple dribbles inside, just short of the free throw line. Gets to Wilson, now in the corner with Brown. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Is Zumbrum in the right corner, trying to find someone to get her off the island. Gets it away to Ferris, just short of the Salisbury bench. Ferris drives in, last second shot, right before it expires, no good. Ferris, a desperation shot, couldn't get a clean look. 6-point lead still for York, though. 2:25 to go in the first quarter. What has been primarily a defensive battle between both these clubs. Foul on the floor as driving in was Webb off of Bortner. So they get Bortner for her first foul. It's the 4th Spartan foul of this first quarter. Substitution in for York as Sammy Matteo has checked in for York. Matteo averaging 4 points, 3 boards, and an assist on the year in her junior campaign. Inbound for Salisbury is to get it away to Colby Brown, who checked in for the Seagulls. Now with Welbin. Welbin to Webb. Webb takes a 3-point shot. She likes to shoot from there. This attempt, though, no good. Rebound York, and here comes the Spartans, led by Ferris. Going in off of Brown. She'll go to the baseline and leaves it on the rim. It goes in. Great speed from Ferris on that trip to the hoop. Makes it 12-4. York in lead. Under 2 to go in the first quarter. Minute 50 to be exact. Courtney Brigham for Salisbury gets it to Colby Brown. Brown circles out towards the perimeter by 3-point shot. No good. Rebound York is Wilson. A lot of speed, trying to get it to Ferris. Goes off the hands, try to keep it in bounds. She does, just in the right corner, and she is swarmed by her defender. And a foul called there on Kaylee Otlowski. That's her second foul. She's the only Salisbury Seagull to this point to have accrued a foul. $12-4 the score. Matteo will inbound for the Spartans. Brown doing her best to be disruptive on the pass, but Matteo gets it away to Brown. Lindsey Brown drives in, short of the paint, takes a tumble, and she looks like she might have slipped. She slipped and takes a tumble to the floor, and she looks hurt. Minute 26 as time has stopped with an injury on the floor. We will take a timeout here in the Spartan Sports Network. Lindsey Brown on the floor in pain. We will take a break and come back after this in the Spartan Sports Network.
There's no running from it. Tax season will be here before you know it. The professionals at Frank Storm & Company can help alleviate the headache. Voted one of the best for all 19 years by the York Dispatch readers for both your personal and business tax needs, Frank Storm & Company makes the process easy. Payrolls, sales tax, preparation of financial statements, in addition to your personal tax service. Call today to set up your appointment at one of 3 convenient locations: York, Dallastown, and Hanover. Frank Storm & Company, committed to personalized quality service.
We're screaming green. How about you? The York College Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Dan Patrick Show.
I don't understand this. That you love somebody so much that you are going to send out death threats to a woman who was sitting next to Beyonce and Jay-Z and was actually finding out what they wanted to drink.
Wait, what is this topic?
Beyonce's fans, I don't know why they had a problem with this. Is that the owner, another owner's wife?
It's the main owner's wife. Offered to get a vodka soda and asked if Jay-Z wanted a lime.
Whoa.
But she reached over Beyonce, and Beyonce just randomly looked, this please, but it's...
Can you imagine if somebody went to jail for a death threat because this woman said, do you want a lime?
Yeah, but we all know what that's code for. Oh, come on, Dan, get with it.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Back here in the Spartan Sports Network, and something you hate to see, a really hard injury on the floor as Lindsey Brown took a slip while charging with the ball, and it was a non-contact injury. Looks like she might have injured her left leg as she's not being able to put any pressure on us. She's being helped to the Spartan bench with the help of the athletic training staff. Traveled with York here this evening, as well as assistant coach Joe Scholes. So Lindsey Brown, an injury, will be out probably at least for this game. You hate to see that, so hope Lindsey is okay. And meanwhile, Molly Day comes in for the injured Brown. So coming out of the injury timeout, a minute 26 in the first quarter left. 12 points for the Spartans, 4 points for the Seagulls. Salisbury with possession. Abby Wilkinson, the primary ball handler for the Seagulls. She'll leave it for Courtney Brigham. Brigham trying to find someone open, does, and Dilger. But a takeaway for York as Ferris gets a steal. What else is new for the Spartans? Ferris a steal, goes to Day at top of the key. Day steps in, just past the perimeter, takes a long jumper, no good. Rebound, Salisbury. Colby Brown the rebound. It's to Abby Wilkinson. Wilkinson points out, ball moving towards around as Brown goes baseline to back out top of the key. Now back to Wilkinson, now Dilger. Dilger goes to the free-throw line, stops short, jumper off the backboard, good. 12-6, the score, Spartans lead by 6. It's Brown's first bucket tonight. Wilson charges in, goes short of the right elbow, try to get the Zumbrum off the hands of Zumbrum, but grabs it in. Gets it to Day. Day spinning off of Dilger, drives in. Shot, no good. Zumbrum, the offensive board. Her second attempt, no good, but Day, another offensive board, keeping the possession alive for the Spartans. Day out to Ferris, driving in towards the paint. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Misses her shot attempt. Zumbrum, tip away to Day to get another possession for the Spartans. Offensive rebounding, great for York in this possession. They finally get one to go off the lay-in from Molly Day. 14-6, the score off the bucket from Day, and the horn sounds to end the first quarter. And the Spartans of double-digit scoring here in the first quarter to tip off the game. So 14-6, the lead for York as we head to the second quarter of action. We'll bring you that next here on the Spartan Sports Network.
Whatever your passion is, pain should never stop you. OSS Health's orthopedic and sports medicine specialists can get you back to doing what you love pain-free. If you or someone you love is suffering from an orthopedic, spine, or sports injury, trust the awarded team at OSS Health. Contact us today so that we can find the right OSS Health specialist for you and get you back to an active and healthy life. Never let pain steal your passion. Visit us online at OSSHealth.com.
Your source for all of Friday night's action. Central PA Game Day with Steve Navaroli. Saturday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Ray Jensen back with you as we're out of the in-between period break. In the first period of action, the Spartans were fantastic, scoring 14 points and holding the Salisbury University Seagulls to just 6. Spartans being led offensively in total points by Molly Day on 3 of 7 shooting. For the Seagulls, they've had 3 points from Kaylee Otlowski and 3 points from Emily Dilger. York starts the second quarter with the ball. Kayla Ferris gets it to Savannah Wilson. Wilson over to Matteo. Matteo near the right corner has her shot blocked away by Brown. And then immediately after grabbing the loose ball, It's like Brigham is trapped, and she tumbles forward and loses the ball, but Brown picks up the loose ball, goes it out to Webb. Webb, a jumper, no good. Rebound, York. Messy sequence there, but no Salisbury points come out of it. So advantage there goes to York. And the other end, Molly Day, a nice transition look for 2 off the feed from Wilson. Make it 16-6. Spartans now lead by 10. Just under a minute into the second quarter. Seagulls with the ball. Brown circles out, finds Dilger. Dilger, top of the key, leaves it for Abby Wilkinson. Wilkinson back to Brigham. Brigham to Brown. Brown goes to Dilger, trying to feed inside to Brigham, but is stuffed by Molly Day. Day not giving an inch and preventing a score there for the Seagulls. Good defensive effort for York, as now the green and white on their floor. Their side of the floor, Wilson. Some Day inside the Matteo, no good. Rebound, Wilkinson to the Seagulls. Salisbury charging up the court as Wilkinson trying to keep the handle, can't do so, but Brigham bails her out. And then feeding it to Brown, she then travels. So the ball goes back to the Spartans. Substitutions in for both teams as Haley Luckaball back in for the green and white. And for the Seagulls, Amber Anyukaweri is back in. Wilson off the inbound, some Luckaball. Dribbling up past half court. Working off of Anyukaweri. Going to the left. Foul is called on Anyukaweri. Call it reach on Anyukaweri, so that's her first foul of this game. The first Seagulls foul of the quarter. So 16-6 the score remains as Luckaball will inbound near the Salisbury bench. Gets it away to Wilson. Wilson, fancy dribble off Anyukaweri. Anyukaweri playing much more passively following the foul call. Wilson today inside the Zumbrum. She is fouled. The shot no good, but she will go to the free throw line. They get Dilger in that foul. It's her first, the team's second of the quarter. This sends Brady Zumbrum to the line for the first time tonight. 10 of 14 from the line. First, takes a high bounce off the back iron, no good. Remains a 10-point lead for York, 16-6. Zumbrum's second. That is good. 1 for 2 on the trip, and it increases York's lead to 11. 17-6 of 8:20 to go in the second quarter. Substitution in for the Spartans. Megan Carlson back in. Played some limited minutes in the first period. She only saw 3 minutes on the floor as she had to go out early due to some foul trouble. So she'll step back onto the court for York. Meanwhile, Amber Anyukaweri, lay-in attempt, no good. Offensive board, Brigham, her second attempt, no good. Spartans rebound. And call a jump ball off the tussle following the rebound from Carlson. But the arrow is in the favor of the Spartans, so it will stay with them. Ernie goes to Salisbury. Some confusion on that one, but will remain with the Seagulls. Arrow should flip to York then, as off the inbounds. We get to Delina Julian, and then one Emily Dilger, who turns and drains a 2-point shot. So Dilger good for 2. Dilger now with 5 points on the night. Now, on the other end, Carlson to Day. Day drives in towards the baseline, spins to her right. Nice move as the roll on the rim is friendly and goes in for 2. 19-8 now the score off the expert bucket from Day. She now is in double-digit scoring effort for her. The other end, Seagulls working around, inside look. No good as Brigham tried to force one in there, but the Spartan defense held stiff. Luckaball charged up the court in transition, but the Seagulls stop her. She settles to go to Day. Day inside the Carlson. Overpowering shot, no good. Put too much arc on it, but a tussle for the ball as Matteo dove for it, as well as a Seagull. They call a foul on the floor. Matteo for her first foul. Substitutions in for the Spartans as Ferris and Bortner back in for York. Seagulls maintain possession following the Spartan foul. Amber Anyukaweri takes the ball up for the goals. Leaves it for Lauren Fortescue. Fortescue to Brigham. Brigham towards the corner with Delina Julian. Julian, a 3-point shot. Rolls in, that's good. Not the cleanest three-pointer, but it touched rim and went into the net. 19-11. Spartans lead cut into the within double digits now. 8-point lead for York. 19-11. Ferris charging in, almost loses it. Scampers away from her defender. Count the bucket and the foul. They get Fortescue on the foul. It's her first. Ferris, and the free throw is good. She converts the and one. 22-11. On the inbounds, Fortescue. Anu Kaweri as the Spartans starting to press, and they get a foul. It's going to be a reach foul on Ferris, trying to knock the ball away from Anu Kaweri. So Seagulls maintain possession. They'll inbound opposite us from the scoring table. Fortescue goes to Anu Kaweri. Anu Kaweri settles towards the top of the key, takes a long three. No good off the back iron. It's a rebounded, though, by the Gulls. Julian, a three into the right corner, no good. Rebound to the Spartans. Carlson, Bortner, now across to Ferris. Ferris, left wing, spins away from Anu Kaweri, gets to Bortner. Bortner will drive in towards the free-throw line, gets it away to Ferris. Ferris, a baseline try, good. And the Spartans starting to pour it on here in the second quarter. 24-11 the score. Spartans have a nice advantage at 5:51 to go in the second quarter. Anu Kaweri tried to feed inside, swatted away by Ferris, and they will call the half-court violation. Timeout called by the Seagulls as head coach Kelly Basco wants to fix some things up, and they have quite the deficit they try to climb themselves out of. 24-11, the Spartans lead. We'll join them on the Maple Donuts timeout and back after this on the Spartan Sports Network.
York College of Pennsylvania is where your life's work begins. It starts with the passion you'll find, the connections you'll make, the career you'll pursue, and it begins from day one. Because your life's work is more than work. It's the lives you'll touch. It's the difference you'll make. Better connections, a smarter plan, a life that works. From day one. York College of Pennsylvania, ycp.edu.
This hour on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK is brought to you by Maple Donuts, York's great tasting family tradition.
Out of Maple Donuts timeout, Ray Jensen here with you, live from Mags Physical Activity Center and Salisbury University, as the Spartans visit the Seagulls for the first time this year in their first matchup in the CAC season. Spartans have a nice advantage, 24-11, the lead for York. They lead by 13. Molly Day has led the way offensively for York. Spartans have the ball, and inbounds Ferris. Left wing for somebody. Trying to get away to Carlson, goes out of bounds. Off of York, so Salisbury takes over. Substitutions for the Seagulls as Catherine Gibson is checked in for Salisbury. Jada Welbin also in for the Seagulls. So Welbin and Gibson in for the first time. Off the Spartan turnover, Gibson with the ball. The Seagulls are in the half court and feeds to Anu Kaweri, top of the key. Lays it for Welbin, right wing. Now top of the key again of Julian. Now they'll go left of Anu Kaweri. Working off of Kayla Ferris, drives in, heaves a laying up, and it falls in for two. How to thread the needle between the Spartan defenders, and Anu Kaweri able to do so for 2 points. 24-13 the lead for the Spartans at the other end. Luckaball tried to handle a pass, but it goes off of her and out of bounds, so Salisbury takes over possession in front of their own bench. Spartans still have the lead, 24-13, under 5 to go in the second quarter. Julian gets it to Anu Kaweri. Anu Kaweri gets it to Dilger. Dilger leaves it for Julian. Julian works around the screen from Gibson, heads towards the baseline, that circles out towards the corner. Now it goes back out to Anu Kaweri, now out to Welbin. Welbin goes to Anu Kaweri, went towards baseline, now opposite corner, now inside the Gibson, who shot, hits the underside of the backboard, no good. Rebound York. Here come the Spartans. Day near the right corner, drives in baseline, but kicks out to Luckaball, who takes a three-point shot. Good! Haley Luckaball doing what she does best, and that's shooting some threes. 27-13. The lead for York up to 14. First three-pointer made by the Spartans here tonight, courtesy of Haley Luckaball. 27-13. On the other side, the Seagulls trying to take an inside shot. Looks like Dilger tried to get one to go, but couldn't do so. Spartans at the rebound on the other end. Bortner stopped short now on the right wing. It's to Ferris. Ferris to Zumbrum. Back out to Bortner. Bortner to her left of Day. Day now inside the Bortner. Knocked away, though, by the Seagulls. Try to keep it in bounds. They're not able to do so. Substitution for the Spartans as Savannah Wilson is checked back in for York. Haley Luckaball will take a seat. 27-13 the score. 3:49 remaining in the second quarter. Bortner will inbound. The Spartans maintain possession. Today, now back to Bortner, who takes a three, and that is good. The Spartans were quiet from three-point range early in the first quarter, but now here late in the second, they're starting to heat up. Luckaball three, and now Bortner one. That's her 35th three-pointer of the season for Bortner. The Spartans now have 30. Other end, Julian can't get her perimeter shot to go. Goes out of bounds on Salisbury. Spartans take over. So a 17-point lead for York with 3:23 to go in the second quarter. Lots to smile about here in the first half for the green and white. Here comes Ferris at the ball, charges left wing, working off Anu Kaweri. Anu Kaweri playing very aggressively as Ferris tries to get it to the baseline. Was deflected by a Seagull. Couldn't really see whose hand it touched. But regardless, the ball will stay with York. Bortner will inbound for the Spartans. Get it to Zumbrum. Zumbrum back to Bortner. Takes a quick three from the corner. Too much muscle. But Savannah Wilson right there for the offensive board to keep it alive for York. She'll take a three in the left corner. That counts! She is fouled and count the three-pointer and the foul. So a possible 4-point play for the Spartans. So that's the third three-pointer for York, all here in the second quarter. One from three different players. Wilson now with one. Bortner had one earlier, and Luckaball started off what has become a three-point barrage for the Spartans. Wilson's three throw rolls in and is good. So the 4-point and one successfully converted. 34-13 the score, under 3 to go in the second quarter. Delina Julian taking it up for the Seagulls. Heaves up a lay-in, and it goes in off the backboard. Hit the center square and hit net. 34-15, York still with the lead. 2:44 to go as Kayla Ferris dribbles it up. Passes to Zumbrum, left wing. Zumbrum, top of the key, Day. Day to her right of Wilson, driving off of Anu Kaweri. Goes inside the Zumbrum, who almost mishandles it, but recollects, gets it away to Day. 10 seconds and counting on the shot clock as Day goes inside the Bortner, who has some space. Her shot rejected, but she is fouled by Jada Welbin. So Welbin gets the foul. Quick substitution as Fortescue back in for the Seagulls as Alana Bortner is due a couple of free throws. Her first, good. Bortner shooting 70% from the charity stripe entering play tonight. She makes her first. Makes it a 20-point lead for the Spartans. Her second, that is good. 2 for 2 trip for Alana Bortner. Now the Spartans lead by 21. 36-15 the score, 2:20 to go in the second quarter. Anu Kaweri gives it to Delina Julian. Julian to Brigham. Brigham leads it for Fortescue, who drives in off of Alana Bortner. No good. Gibson, the offensive board, and a foul committed as a duo of Spartans tried to rip the ball away from her. Savannah Wilson involved in that. Zumbrum as well. They get Zumbrum on the foul. They determined Gibson was in the act of shooting, so she will head to the free-throw line. Shooting 58% from the charity stripe this season is Gibson. Her first, no good. Remains 36-15. Lead for York. Gibson do one more. Gibson a couple dribbles. Settles in now, finally takes the second free throw. No good as it hit backboard. Rebound the Spartans. Just over 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Here comes York as Savannah Wilson goes to Day. She'll take a three, why not? And gets it! Molly Day from downtown. That's now 4 different Spartans of a three-pointer tonight. 39-15 the score, under 2 minutes to go. Tremendous second quarter of shooting for the green and white. And on the other end, Julian, she'll take a three, no good. Ball, and the rebound went out of bounds off from the Spartans, so Salisbury maintained possession. Substitution in for York as Bailey Smith checks in for the first time tonight. Brady Zumbrum heads to the bench. Smith, 5'9", junior forward. On the inbounds, Anu Kaweri. Gets it away to Courtney Brigham. Brigham leaves it for Delena Julian. Julian inbounds towards the baseline. Brigham tried to get a shot to go, no good. Takes a tumble after it. Foul on the play. They give Molly Day the foul. It's her first. Looks like there's an injury now on the floor for the Salisbury University Seagulls, as it looks like Courtney Brigham, the injured player, on the floor. Now, both teams have felt injuries tonight, as earlier in the evening, Lindsey Brown suffered an injury and had to exit the game. And we'll see what happened to Brigham as she took a tumble. Looks like it's a leg injury as well, as Brown suffered a leg injury earlier in the game. We will take a timeout here on the Spartan Sports Network. The score as we enter the timeout, 39 points for the Spartans, 15 for the Salisbury University Seagulls. Back after this on the Spartan Sports Network.
Hey, this is Andy Shea with the Keystone Sports Network. For the best Penn State football analysis and commentary, listen to Sports Radio 1350 for the Keystone Kickoff Show every Monday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 8 a.m. We'll bring you game reviews, player evaluations, and recruiting news. So for the best in Penn State talk, tune to Sports Radio 1350 WOIK for the Keystone Kickoff Show, brought to you locally by your neighborhood SureSave markets.
Shipley Energy is more than just an energy company. We're a family tradition. Our goal is to provide outstanding customer service and to make energy easy for you. From heating oil and propane to natural gas and electricity, our team can help. We also offer HVAC services, installation, maintenance, and service plans to keep your home safe and comfortable. In addition, our team can improve the quality of water in your home. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-5-SHIPLEY. We make energy easy.
Off the injury timeout here at Mag's Physical Activity Center in Salisbury University. Ray Jensen here with you. Kaylee Otlowski will take the three throws for the injured Courtney Brigham, who was injured on a shot attempt. First is good. Now Otlowski's second. That is also good. Makes it 39-17. Spartans have a commanding lead. A minute 25 here in the second quarter left. Savannah Wilson takes the ball up for the Spartans off of Ani Kaweri. Goes to Kayla Ferris, right wing. Ferris drives to her left, leaves it for Bailey Smith. Smith to Day. Day working off Otlowski, roaming around the perimeter. Tried to cut it inside to Ferris, but it was off the hands of Kayla and out of bounds. So Salisbury takes over off the mistimed pass from the Spartans. Minute 8 to go in the second quarter. Otlowski gives it to Anu Kaweri. Anu Kaweri working off of Savannah Wilson, goes to her right with Lauren Fortescue. Fortescue stops short of the elbow, now takes a shot, no good. She airballed it. Gibson tried to keep it inbounds but could not do so. So York takes over. Bortner inbounds it quickly to Wilson. Under a minute to go in the first half. 50 seconds and counting in the second quarter. Wilson past half court for York. Couple dribbles. Now drives into the left. Quick kick out to Alana Bortner. Bortner drives to her right. Now circles left. Stops just past the elbow. And they'll call Bortner for a dribble. Or no dribble, I should say. She traveled. So Bortner travels and Seagulls take over. Salisbury, the ball, 40 seconds and counting. They trail the Spartans 39-17. Spartans lead by 22. Delena Julian tried to drive in but lost the handle. Takeaway for York. As Ferris off the feed from Day, circles out. Just past half court, 23 seconds and counting. Shot clock and game clock almost simultaneous. As Day goes outside to Bortner. Bortner now back to Day. She'll leave it for Ferris, circling around off of to Lena Julian. 6 seconds and counting in the second quarter. She'll head towards the bucket. Over muscles a shot. Julian, a last-second shot off the rebound, no good, and the horn sounds to end the first half. And what a first half it was for the Spartans. They lead 39-17 as we head towards the halftime break. A stout second quarter of offense, particularly from downtown, led the way as 4 different Spartan players accrued at least 1 3-pointer and a very excellent offensive game plan from Coach Betsy Whitman, I would say executed to perfection. So the Spartans lead 39-17 over the Salisbury University Seagulls at halftime. We'll break it down for you after this on the Spartan Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers.
Rebound tip, and Embiid gets it back and dunks it.
York's home for Sixers basketball.
Lobs to Embiid, and a right-hand jam with Flair and a flurry. Sergio to Joel Embiid. Go, go, Jojo. Rodriguez back to Joe. Embiid for the 3. He got it. He nailed the triple. Joel Embiid from outside the arc.
Catch Sixers basketball all season on Sports Radio. 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
The puck drops here.
He shoots and scores!
Sports Radio 1350, your home for Hershey Bears hockey.
Christian Thomas, a highlight reel move!
And the Washington Capitals.
Rebound score!
Defending the Den and rocking the red all season. Catch the Bears and the Caps on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
This is The Rich Eisen Show. The Rich Eisen Show.
Here was Adam Silver when he was asked if he considered giving a lifetime ban to Mark Stevens.
We felt that given how contrite Mr. Stevens was, the fact that he was extraordinarily apologetic, the fact that he had no blemishes on his prior involvement with the NBA, a one-year ban seemed appropriate.
I'm going to proffer to say this is not going to be enough. How can this guy ever come back and sit on a court and say, I represent the Warriors, and a player comes into the building and sees that guy who put his hands on him? Kyle Lowry said yesterday that in these heat of a moment, tight moments, that's when you reveal who your true self is. That's what I would say about Lowry. He revealed who he is by not hitting this guy back due to instinct.
This is The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Follow my logic here.
It's Outkick the Coverage with Clay Travis.
Y'all ready? I think Lamar Jackson is still at best a top 20 quarterback in this league. Got a great offense that they've designed to cover up his deficiencies. He's going to get hurt running the football. People get excited, whether it's Tim Tebow, RG3, or Vince Young. But sooner or later, running quarterbacks get broken in this league.
Outkick the Coverage with Clay Travis. Mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
When you work with an independent insurance agent, you put the power of choice to work for you. Independent agents know several companies and their coverages, which means more options. And because companies like Donegal Insurance Group use the independent agent system, you not only get quality insurance, you also save money. The independent insurance agent system. Discover the power of choice. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Dan Patrick Show.
I don't understand this, that you love somebody so much that you are going to send out death threats to a woman who was sitting next to Beyonce and Jay-Z and was actually finding out what they wanted to drink.
Wait, what is this topic?
Beyonce's fans, I don't know why they had a problem with this. Is that the owner, another owner's wife?
It's the main owner's wife. Offered to get a vodka soda and asked if Jay-Z wanted a lime.
Whoa.
But she reached over Beyonce, and Beyonce just randomly looked.
If somebody went to jail for a death threat because this woman said, do you want a lime?
Yeah, but we all know what that's code for.
Oh, come on, Dan, get with it.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Okay, here we go, people.
This is The Herd
Where are you again?
with Colin Cowherd.
Baylor football is what I've been saying for years, what scares me about America. It's not the big cities. Big cities have a lot of eyeballs, a lot of cameras, a lot of law enforcement. Small towns. I grew up in one. They hide stuff. Rumors, hidden, no eyeballs, nobody saw it. Football is too big a deal in some towns in America. You ever notice where the stuff happens in college football? Ohio State's a pretty big town, Columbus. That got out. They couldn't hide that tattoo story. USC, Reggie Bush, Los Angeles. That got out. Nevin Shapiro, Miami, Coral Gables. That got out. Why? Those are big cities. Those are big cities. A lot of media, aggressive media. The media is not intimidated by the local football coach.
This is The Herd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Your home for York's home team. The York College Spartans play here. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Ray Jensen back with you and part of the halftime report here on the Spartan Sports Network on WOYK's YouTube channel, covering the York College women's basketball team as they visit the Salisbury University Seagulls in their first meeting of the 2019-2020 season. And it's all smiles for the Spartans as they had a tremendous second quarter to push an advantage to 39-17, a 22-point lead for the green and white, thanks to 25 second quarter points. And boy, are the Spartans feeling it from downtown. They are 4 of 6 as a team here tonight from downtown, holding Salisbury, who shoots pretty well from three-point range, typically, to 1 and 8. 4 different Spartans have accrued at least one three-pointer here tonight. Molly Day, Haley Luckaball, Savannah Wilson, and Alana Bortner, the 4 Spartans. At least one three-pointer. And Savannah Wilson was actually quite memorable as it made a 4-point play as she was fouled as she shot her three-pointer, and it went in, and then converted the free throw to make it a 4-point play for York. But leading the way offensively has been Molly Day. 15 points for the Spartan junior with 7 rebounds and 3 assists. Tied for the assist lead of Ferris early on, but definitely with the rebound advantage and the points advantage, the only Spartan in double digits. The next closest to Day's 15, it's Kayla Ferris' 7. 7 points for Ferris at 4 rebounds and 3 assists for the junior guard. And for the Salisbury University Seagulls, they've had a tough go of it. They are shooting just in the game 19.4% from the floor, only 12% from the three-point line. Only converted 4 of 7 of their free throws. The Spartans has seldomly went to the free-throw line here tonight. In the first quarter, I should say, they only had 2 attempts from the free-throw line. They made both of them. They went 5 of 6 then from the free-throw line in the second quarter. They are 7 of 8 in the game and 14 of 28 from the floor, 4 of 6, as mentioned earlier, from downtown. So the Spartans feeling it, and they've held Salisbury Seagulls very well. No player on the Seagulls has double-digit scoring, as only 3 players have accrued at least 5 points. Delina Julian with 5, Kaylee Otlowski with 5, Emily Dilger with 5 as well. And Otlowski, it's probably the one that sticks out the most who's been held in check here tonight. She typically averages 14 points a game for Salisbury University. Well, earlier today, I got to catch up with Spartan women's basketball head coach Betsy Whitman. We talked about the game plan against the Salisbury Seagulls here tonight, and now we'll play this interview for you from earlier this afternoon of my conversation with Betsy Whitman. It's time for our pregame chat with Spartan women's basketball head coach Betsy Whitman. And coach, last time out, a strong win against Mary Washington. Alana Bortner, a ton of offense from her, career highs in points. Talk about what she did well as other members of the team.
Yeah, I mean, that gave us a big boost in the second half when she came out hitting those shots. I thought it was a defensive battle in the first half. Both teams, neither team shot particularly well, and in the second half, we were able to extend the lead a little bit. And, Mary Wash is always a tough opponent, and they play great defense. And we were executing so well on the offensive end in the second half, and we're able to get some shots inside and outside. Molly Day went to work inside, and Alana was hitting those threes. And I just thought overall as a team we played extremely well, and we've been closing out games pretty well here lately.
And team effort's been really the name of the game heading towards this part of the season. And against Salisbury tonight, this team defends very well, allowing 57 points per game. The Spartans as well defending very well compared to last year. Do you expect this to be a defensive?
I mean, it could be. I think the thing with Salisbury is they're so good on the boards. The offensive glass, they average 18. For us, defensive boards are going to be really important. So in terms of defense for us, we're going to have to focus on guarding our own. This team likes to drive. They've got some three-point shooters. They're pretty balanced. They also like to pound it inside. They've got some great post players. Otlowski obviously is really tough inside, and probably use a bigger lineup tonight just to keep that rebound extremely well. Up pretty well with them. We've got to stay out of foul trouble, move our feet, and not reach. But on the other hand, offensively, we've got to take care of the ball because you talked about Salisbury's defense. It's going to be a Saturday. They get similar to Christopher Newport's style. They're going to probably press us. So we prepared in practice yesterday for everything, and be interesting to see if they zone us or play man-to-man. But regardless, they will be really aggressive. They're not going to just let us pass the ball around the way we'd like to. So we got to be strong with the ball, use backdoor cuts, second effort on the glass. So we're going to have to play well tonight to win.
And after tonight, you will have seen everybody in the CAC at least once. What do you think of the Spartans' play for the conference first trip around?
I'm really pleased. Obviously Christopher Newport, we didn't play real well, especially in that second half. But I think, we can compete with and beat anyone in this conference. And I think this team is finally believing that and gaining that confidence that's needed to make a run through the conference playoffs. And right now we're just trying to take it one game at a time and position ourselves so that we can either have a first round bye or a first round home game would be great. So, again, today's Salisbury, we're really focused on them. We're trying not to look too far ahead, but I'm hoping this is the last time we have to come down here. So a win would hopefully assure that.
All right, Coach Whitman, thank you so much. Good luck tonight.
All right, thanks a lot.
Well, once again, thank head coach Betsy Whitman for her time earlier this afternoon. And she mentioned that defensive rebounding would be a big key for the Spartan women tonight, and that certainly has played a factor. The Spartans have out-rebounded the Seagulls in the first half by 10, 25 total rebounds for the Spartans to 15 for Salisbury. Particularly on the defensive end, the Spartans have 20 defensive rebounds to just 9 for Salisbury. So a bit of foresight from the head coach of the Spartans, Betsy Whitman, as she has her team ready to play tonight, and they lead 39-17 at the half. We'll take one last break in our halftime report and bring you the second half of action from the MAGS Physical Activity Center after this on the Spartan Sports Network.
Whatever your passion is, pain should never stop you. OSS Health's orthopedic and sports medicine specialists can get you back to doing what you love pain-free. If you or someone you love is suffering from an orthopedic, spine, or sports injury, trust the awarded team at OSS Health. Contact us today so that we can find the right OSS Health specialist for you and get you back to an active and healthy life. Never let pain steal your passion. Visit us online at OSSHealth.com.
Based right here in York, Gladfelder Insurance Group is one of the largest program managers and insurance brokers in the United States, with more than 500 associates serving 30,000 clients. From the Gladfelder Agency, an all-lines full-service agency in York, to specialty programs insurance serving the needs of commercial clients, including emergency responders, healthcare facilities, schools, towns, churches, and more, Gladfelder has been earning the trust of its clients for more than half a century. Gladfelder Insurance Group, a tradition of service founded on trust. Gladfelder Insurance Group is a proud supporter of York College of Pennsylvania and Spartan Athletics on WOYK.
Hey, Dad, what's with all these papers and stuff?
Well, you're starting college in 2 weeks, and I'm doing some homework, cramming to find a college loan to pay the rest of your tuition. I'm afraid it's going to be an all-nighter, honey.
I wanted to talk to you about that, Dad. I think a student choice loan with York Educational FCU would be the best way to go.
YEFCU? We got a mortgage through them. Great rate, and I love the fact that they have free bill payer, but student loan?
Yeah, YEFCU student choice loan pays for my cost of attendance at York College or most other four-year schools, minus the financial aid I already received. The student choice loan would take care of tuition, books, room and board, all that stuff. But the best part is that YEFCU student choice loan is a one-time application. That means next year, I just tell them how much I need, and they'll disperse the money right to the school.
So we don't have to reapply every year?
Nope, so step away from the homework, Dad. A student choice loan is the best move we can make.
So we're not staying up all night? Oh, did I ever tell you about the night I did an entire term paper in one night with an old typewriter and no correction ribbon?
What's a typewriter?
York Educational Federal Credit Union, 1601 South Queen Street, York. Apply online at yefcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
We're screaming green. How about you? The York College Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Just underway in the second half of action here from Salisbury University. Ray Jensen here with you in the Spartan Sports Network. And our coverage on WOYK's YouTube channel of the YCP women's basketball team. Spartans start the second half with the ball. They're in the half court already. Look a ball to Carlson. The Bortner goes up the baseline. Her shot attempt no good. Rebound the Seagulls. Jada Welbin takes the ball up for Salisbury, leaves it to her counterpart, Amber Anyukawere. Anyukawere goes to Outlowski. Outlowski leaves it for Fortescue. Fortescue goes just inside the perimeter, stops, and passes to her left to Anyukawere once more. Now the Welbin, she drives in, now stops perimeter, takes a three-point shot, no good. Fortescue tries to get the offensive board, keeps it inbounds and gets it away to Anyukawere. Shrugs off the Spartan defense, gets it to Outlowski, who takes a jumper near the baseline, no good. Fortescue, another offensive board. Her shot, no good. Rebound to the Spartans. So a couple of possessions for the Seagulls there, but nothing to show for it. Long pass to Day. Almost taken away by Dilger. And they call it jump ball, and they award it to Salisbury. Salisbury maintains possession, but the arrow flips to York. Off the jump ball, Anyukawere to Welbin. Welbin leaves it for Dilger. Dilger inside the Outlowski, and she floats that one in for two. Makes it a 20-point game. 39-19, Spartans still lead. Outlowski now with 7 points on the night. Spartans on their side of the floor. Carlson goes to the from Carlson, head towards the paint. Line to Carlson, trying to find another. It was crossed to Ferris towards the opposite. Foul on the floor. She was trying to drive in. They do give Welbin the foul. It's her second foul of the game. Second. So we'll inbound it for the Spartans. Can find someone open. Look a ball on the perimeter. It takes a three. No good. Was contested. Rebound Seagulls is now on the other end. Welbin gets a shot to go in transition. Lay in good, make it 39-21. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Kayla Ferris on a play for York. Following the lay-in from Jada Welbin. Still working to find somebody open to the top of the key. Gets away to Bortner on the baseline. Bortner, her pass disrupted and taken away by Emily Dilger. A steal for the Seagulls. Fortescue off the feed from Dilger. Leaves it for Anyukawere. Outlowski leaves it for Welbin. Welbin to Outlowski near the baseline. Shot no good. Spartan rebound, and here comes York. Molly Day drives in towards the paint, gets a floater, but can't get the shot to go, but does accrue a foul. Welbin accrues her third foul of the game, second of the quarter. She will come out in favor of Delina Julian. Meanwhile, Molly Days do a couple of free throws. First rattles in off the back iron, good. It's her third made free throw here tonight. Spartans now with 40 points. And her second is good. 4 of 4 from the free-throw line is Molly Day. That 2 for 2 trips puts it back to a 20-point game. 41-21 of 7:14 to go in the third quarter. In, floats it up, no good as it rolls around and out. Spartans the takes it up for the green and white. Pass towards the corner of Carlson. Carlson inside to Day. Molly Day working off of Otlowski. Drives to the right and is stuffed by Kaylee Otlowski. Otlowski leaves it for Anu Kaweri. Anu Kaweri to Fortescue. Fortescue absorbs the contact from Ferris, but Ferris is called for the foul. So they get Ferris on the foul. It's her second of the game. The Spartans first of the second half. 30-second timeout called by Betsy Whitman and the Spartans. We'll join her in that Maple Donuts timeout. Heading into the timeout, 41 points for the Spartans, 21 for the Seagulls. Back with more after this on the Spartans Sports Network.
When you work with an independent insurance agent, you put the power of choice to work for you. Independent agents know several companies and their coverages, which means more options. And because companies like Donegal Insurance Group use the independent agent system, you not only get quality insurance, you also save money. The independent insurance agent system. Discover the power of choice. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854.
Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Out of the Maple Donuts timeout, Spartans called the timeout. It's 41-21. Spartans lead by 20. 6:46 to go in the third quarter. Waiting some free throws for Lauren Fortescue. Fortescue's first free throw is good. Shoots 69% from the free-throw line, those Fortescue. Makes it now 22 points for the Seagulls off the first free throw. Her second, it's also good. So now 23 points for Salisbury. 41 remains for the Spartans. Fortescue successful on her first 2 free throws. Now Spartans in the half court. Haley Luckaball, the baseline, has tried to get away to Ferris. Whistle blown. It's a turnover for the Spartans. Ball went out of bounds on Luckaball before she could get it away. So now Anu Kaweri will inbounds following the Spartan turnover. Fortescue back to Anu Kaweri. Calls for off-ball movement. Gives it to Dilger. Dilger working off of Zumbrum. We'll call an offensive foul on the Seagulls. Anu Kaweri called for the offensive foul on the floor. It's 2 fouls for her, and the Spartans, just like that, regain possession. Spartans lead 41-23. Number 21, Kayla Ferris with the ball for the Spartans. Gets it to Zumbrum left wing. Zumbrum trying to avoid the hands of Dilger. Gets it to Savannah Wilson inside. Wilson out to Day. Day drives in. Short of the paint. Now baseline. Her try no good. Tussle for the board. It goes to the Seagulls. Kaylee Otlowski, the board, gets it away to Delina Julian. Julian, bounce pass to Anu Kaweri. Drives in off of Wilson. Tried to kick it out, but Otlowski able to grab the pass away from the Spartans. Now to Fortescue. Fortescue gets the dribbles to the left. Now takes a... Fortescue gets it away to Julian. And they call Julian on the travel. So another miscue on offense for the Seagulls. Results in 0 points. Score remains 41-23 in favor of York. Kayla Ferris with the right wing going inside the Zumbrum. Zumbrum turns. Her lane attempt no good. Foul on the floor. Calls Zumbrum and over the back, so it's 25 for Zumbrum. It's third foul of the evening. Substitution in for the Spartans. Bortner comes to the bench. Sammy. 41-23. Quarter. Anu Kaweri. A jumper near the baseline, no good. Zumbrum, the board for the Spartans. Zumbrum trying to keep two other Seagulls players out. It's a lot of effort on the defensive board for Zumbrum. Other end, Ferris, Wilson. Wilson top of the key, foul for Amber Anyakaweri. Spartans will maintain possession. Immediate timeout called on the floor, so another timeout brought to you by Maple Donuts coming up. Score at the timeout, 41 points for the Spartans, 23 for the Seagulls. Back with more after this on the Spartan Sports Network.
Based right here in York, Gladfelder Insurance Group is one of the largest program managers and insurance brokers in the United States, with more than 500 associates serving 30,000 clients. From the Gladfelder Agency, an all-lines full-service agency in York, to specialty programs insurance serving the needs of commercial clients, including emergency responders, healthcare facilities, schools, towns, churches, and more, Gladfelder has been earning the trust of its clients for more than half a century. Gladfelder Insurance Group, a tradition of service founded on trust. Gladfelder Insurance Group is a proud supporter of York College of Pennsylvania and Spartan Athletics on WOYK.
Remember when an app was listen only? Oh yeah, that was kind of us, wasn't it? Well, we have a new app. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores and take Sports Radio 1350 on the go like never before. Listen on the go like always, and now get easier access to archived games and programs on demand. Watch WOYK game broadcasts on YouTube and so much more. Search the new WOYK on the Apple and Google Play stores and download today. It's not just an app, it's a lifestyle. Sports Radio 1350. First in York, first in sports.
This hour on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK is brought to you by Maple Donuts. Start your day the Maple Donuts way.
Out of the Maple Donuts timeout, Spartan inbounds. Matteo to Day to Zumbrum in for two. Nice connection there on the baseline try from Zumbrum, with the feed from Day makes it 43-23. Spartans back to a 20-point lead. 4 minutes and change left in the third quarter. A jumper from Salisbury, no good. Fortescue couldn't get that one to go. Rebound to the Spartans. Here comes Ferris. Gets it to Wilson. Wilson drives in towards the paint. Her shot good off of Wilkinson. Savannah Wilson, 2 points for her, and it makes it 45-23 York. Fortescue. Totlowski. Tries to get a lay-in to go, but no good as it hits hard off the back iron and out. Spartan gets the rebound. Matteo to Day. Day a couple of feet away from the three-point line. Gets away to Ferris. Left wing, now to corner. Matteo, a three. No good. Matteo trying to be the fifth different Spartan to hit a three-pointer today. Could not get it to go. Rebound Salisbury. Fortescue on the other end. Gets a lay-in to go off the contact of Wilson. No call there. Makes it 45-25. Spartans still lead. It's a 20-point advantage for York once more off the score from Fortescue. 3 minutes, 8 seconds to go in the third. Wilson to Day. Now to Zumbrum, top of the key. Zumbrum to her left. Goes inside now to Ferris at the nice baseline cut. Gets the lay-in to go for two. 47 points for the Spartans. A 22-point lead once more thanks to Ferris. Kaylee Atlowski gets into Julian. Julian tried to force the lane to go, no good, but grabs her own miss. Offensive board for Salisbury. Goes to the left at Abby Wilkinson. Wilkinson circles to the right wing. Now back to Julian, now top of the key. Gets the screen from Dilger. Here's long jumper, no good. Molly Day rising above the white jerseys to grab that board for the Spartans. Now here comes York. Racing towards the half court, now in it with Ferris in the right corner. Circles out towards the top of the key, now drives in. Leaves it for Day, who takes a jumper just to left of the elbow, no good. Rebound Wilkinson. Charging up the court for the rest of the Seagulls. Settles short of the free-throw line, now circles to the left wing. Bounce pass to Fortescue. Fortescue off the screen from Dilger, goes towards the baseline. Foul called on the shot attempt. We'll get Matteo on the block. Substitutions in for the Spartans as Bailey Smith is back in for York, as well as Alana Bortner. Jada Welbin also back in for the Seagulls. They do get Maddie on the foul, and it was in the process of shooting for Fortescue, so the Seagulls guard is back to the free-throw line for a couple of attempts. Fortescue's first is good. Gives the Seagulls 26 points. Fortescue, her second, couple of dribbles, now sets. And the second free throw is good as well. 2-for-2 trip for Fortescue. She comes out as now Colby Brown back in for the Seagulls, the freshman guard out of Westminster, Maryland. It's 47-27 the score. York with a 20-point lead. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Wilson taking the ball up for the Spartans. Gets it to Brady Zumbrum. Zumbrum trying to find somebody open. She's being swarmed by Dilger. Gets it away to Bortner to bail her out. Bortner goes to the left wing now. Smith able to get it inside. Inside try from Zumbrum, no good. Now out to Matteo off the offensive board. Matteo's shot attempt, no good. Minute 30 to go off the miss from York. Here comes Salisbury as Welbin gets it to Brown, but they settle in. Now looking for a fast break chance is now Wilkinson. Couldn't get her shot to go, but Dilger bails her out with off the miss, and then a try from Gibson who checked in. That one was no good, but she was fouled in the process of that one. So another Spartan foul. Hit that on Brady Zumbrum, and that's 4 on Zumbrum. She'll come out towards the Spartan bench as now Megan Carlson back in for the Spartans. Gibson do some free throws coming up. Try to cut into this deficit. It's a 20-point lead for the Spartans, 47-27 with a minute 11 to go in the third. Gibson's first free throw is good. Makes it just a 19-point lead. The first made free throw from Gibson. She was 0 for 2 her last time she was at the charity stripe. Gibson's second. That is good. So an 0 for 2 trip her first time, but 2 for 2 on this attempt. So it's now 47-29. Spartans lead by 18. Savannah Wilson gets it to Alana Bortner, left wing. Bortner with Welbin all over her. Gets it back to Wilson, now top of the key. Wilson drives to the left, towards the paint. Kicks out to Bortner, left corner. Now around to Matteo, left wing. Inside to Smith, cutting towards the baseline and gets the lay-in to go. Back to a 20-point lead thanks to the points from Bailey Smith. Her first time on the board tonight. Under a minute to go in the third quarter, 49-29 the score. Emily Dilger with the ball for the Seagulls. Leaves it for Welbin as he goes to the top of the key. Now she will take a three. Nothing but net on that try. That's just the second three-pointer made by the Seagulls tonight. 49-32. Spartans still with the lead. 21 seconds and counting in the third. And a foul is called on the floor as the Spartans were in the half court. They get Colby Brown on the foul. That's her first. Both teams have the bonus. So 2 free throws coming up for Matteo. Sammy shooting 73% from the free throws. Her first is good. Spartans now with 50 points on the night thanks to that first free throw from Matteo. Second, and is also good for 2 for 2 trip for Matteo. A 51-32 point lead for the Spartans. 16 seconds to go in the third quarter. Welbin to Dilger, leaves it for Wilkinson. Wilkinson circles around towards the left wing. Matteo giving her a little space to work with. Gets to Welbin left wing. 7 seconds in the shot clock and counting. Welbin's shot attempt no good, but a foul is called on the rebounds. They get Carlson on the foul. It's her third foul of the game. Now Welbin do a couple of free throws. Her first is good. Welbin just shooting 57% from the charity stripe. Converts her first. Now the second. She dribbles in front. A couple quick dribbles and a quick release. And it's in. Successfully converted. So 2 for 2 trip for Welbin. 51-34 the score in favor of York. 2 seconds and counting. A last second shot from Wilson. The three off the back iron. No good. But the Spartans have a commanding lead as we head to the fourth and final quarter of play. We'll see if the Seagulls can answer. But the Spartans looking strong as we head to the final quarter of play. Back after this in the Spartan Sports Network.
Hey, Dad, what's with all these papers and stuff?
Well, you're starting college in 2 weeks, and I'm doing some homework, cramming to find a college loan to pay the rest of your tuition. I'm afraid it's going to be an all-nighter, honey.
I wanted to talk to you about that, Dad. I think a student choice loan with York Educational FCU would be the best way to go.
YEFCU? We got a mortgage through them. Great rate, and I love the fact that they have free bill payer, but student loans?
Yeah, YEFCU student choice loan pays for my cost of attendance at York College or most other four-year schools, minus the financial aid I already received. The student choice loan would take care of tuition, books, room and board, all that stuff. But the best part is that YEFCU student choice loan is a one-time application. That means next year, I just tell them how much I need, and they'll disperse the money right to the school.
So we don't have to reapply every year?
Nope, so step away from the homework, Dad. A student choice loan is the best move we can make.
So we're not staying up all night? Oh, did I ever tell you about the night I did an entire term paper in one night with an old typewriter and no correction ribbon?
What's a typewriter?
York Educational Federal Credit Union, 1601 South Queen Street, York. Apply online at yefcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
We're screaming green. How about you? The York College Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Ray Jensen back with you, live from the Mags Physical Activity Center at Salisbury University, ready to bring you the fourth and final quarter of action. Beginning the fourth quarter, the Spartans lead the Seagulls 51-34. Spartans were held to just 12 points in the third quarter, outscored by the Seahawks by 5, in fact. The Seagulls, able to score 17 points in the third quarter. Spartans just 12. Spartans begin the fourth with the ball and start off well from three-point range. Have a nice three-pointer from Alana Bortner. Make it 54-34, a 20-point game once more, thanks to another three from Alana Bortner, her second of the game. In the half court, Colby Brown drives in, and they call her on the travel. So Bortner helping out with the three-pointer on the offensive end and drawing the travel on Brown on the other. It's a strong defensive effort. 54-34 the score, just 30 seconds into the final quarter. Ferris goes to Carlson. Carlson circles in, now drives towards the hoop. Her lane attempt no good off the backboard in the front of the rim. Rebound Salisbury. Long pass inside to Walbin. Couldn't get that shot to go. Foul is called. I get Day on the foul during the rebound. Stays with Salisbury after the foul on Day. Inbounds goes out to Welbin. Now Dilger. Dilger working off of Carlson inside the Gibson. Gibson shot. Circles up and in. Try to go around Day. Gibson able to convert the lay-in. 54-36 the score. Ferris with the ball for the Spartans. Goes to Luckaball right wing. Out of bounds as the air ball. Then it went actually towards our table. So miscue there on the pass. Turnover for York, and Seagulls will take over. Three-pointer, or two I should say, converted. So 2-point shot from Seagulls converted. It's like Gibson took the shot, 54-38. Spartans still with the lead. Look ball, Ferris, Bortner another three, no good off the front of the rim. Rebound Wilkinson. Wilkinson now goes across to Brown. Brown a three, got that one. And Coach Whitman wants a timeout as the Spartans starting to give too many good looks to the Seagulls. It's a 14-point lead for York now following the made shots from the Seagulls. So timeout for York and the Maple Donuts timeout. Bringing more action after this on the Spartan Sports Network.
Whatever your passion is, pain should never stop you. OSS Health's orthopedic and sports medicine specialists can get you back to doing what you love pain-free. If you or someone you love is suffering from an orthopedic, spine, or sports injury, trust the awarded team at OSS Health. Contact us today so that we can find the right OSS Health specialist for you and get you back to an active and healthy life. Never let pain steal your passion. Visit us online at osshealth.com.
Your home for the Spartans. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Out of the Maple Donuts timeout called by York, it's 54-40 as the Seagulls are starting to heat up. Spartans lead by 14, so have some room to work with, but don't want to let the Seagulls get back into this one. Spartans were held to just 12 points in the third quarter, but they had a tremendous second quarter to end the first half, 25 points for York. Spartans will get possession out of the timeout. Alana Bortner will inbound for the Spartans. .8:18 to go in the fourth quarter. Bortner was 2 3-pointers today. And held quiet offensively besides those 2 3-pointers, but has contributed in other areas. Of the inbounds, Spartans down the half court. Carlson to Bortner, Ferris, now to Luckaball. Luckaball a 3, no good. Offensive board for the Spartans as Carlson tips it to Bortner. Now Bortner circling around the perimeter, trying to find someone open, goes inside slightly to Carlson. Quick backly out to Bortner. Now Ferris across to Carlson. Carlson goes to Day, goes off the hands of Day. Goes towards the sideline and out of bounds. No one touched it after it went off of Day's fingers, so Seagulls will take over from site opposite of the table. Welbin to Wilkinson. Wilkinson takes up for the Seagulls. The freshman guard passes to fellow freshman Colby Brown. Whistle blown as there's an offensive foul called on the Seagulls. Catherine Gibson accrues her first foul of the game. First foul of the Seagulls in this fourth quarter. Ball goes to York. They lead by 14, 54-40. 7:29 to go in the fourth quarter. Kayla Ferris takes the ball up, goes to Luckaball left wing. Luckaball bounce pass to Day. Day to Ferris. Ferris circles around. Wilkinson all over her, giving her very little space. She goes to Carlson, who comes out towards the perimeter, trying to go inside Day. Day met by a duo of Seagulls defenders, puts up a shot, but is fouled. They'll get Colby Brown on that foul. It's her second foul of the game. Substitution for the Spartans as Brady Zumbrum's back in, as well as Savannah Wilson. Will be interesting to see if the Seagulls elect to drive in on Zumbrum if they see her on a defender. She does have 4 fouls in the game. Meanwhile, Day was fouled, so she's due a couple of free throws. She misses the first one. So, Day misses the first free throw, and then she says she's not feeling. Her hand was jammed on that pass that went off her fingertips. Looks like the hand was jammed, and she just shot a free throw and could tell her hand wasn't right. The Coach Whitman says there's an injury on the floor, and Coach Basco, the Seagulls, wants an explanation, as we had an injured player earlier in the game for the Salisbury University Seagulls, and Courtney Brigham, who was injured on a trip to the hoop and was fouled, and she had to do free throws, but because of the injury, she was unable to complete said free throws. So instead, Kaylee Otlowski did the free throws. So then on this trip, Molly Day took the first free throw, knew something wasn't right with the hand, that the pass went off of her fingers. You could tell it probably maybe jammed a finger or two when it went off her hand and towards the sideline out of bounds. And you could tell she was feeling it on that first free throw attempt and immediately said it's not right. The hand. So now there's a discussion between the referees whether she should go for the second free throw and try to at least force her to attempt it, I'd imagine, or allow a substitution. Haley Luckaball is at the table awaiting entry, I'm assuming, for Day. Meanwhile, for the score, it's 54-40 in favor of York. They lead by 14, with the Salisbury Seagulls not going away. Salisbury outscored the Spartans by 5 in the third quarter, 17-12. Luckaball is allowed in for York, so she will attempt the second free throw that was initially supposed to be attempted by Day, but due to Day's now injured hand, she will substitute in. Coach Basco, the Seagulls, still doesn't like it, but regardless, that is the situation. So off the hoopla, Luckaball will attempt a free throw in substitution of Day. That free throw is good. It makes it a 15-point game, 55-40, 7:08 to go in the game. Welbin gets it to Brigham. Brigham to Brown. Then a Welbin back inside. And Dilger will take a hook shot, and it's good. Emily Dilger converts the lay-in. Now pass across to Bortner. Bortner goes to the corner. Luckaball, another three. No good off the back iron. Rebound, no. Savannah Wilson takes a bump from Dilger, though, and they call a foul on Salisbury. Credit Wilson for absorbing the contact. She's a 5'6" freshman and tried to go toe-to-toe with a 6'1" freshman. Wilson went to the ground but popped right back up. So nice hustle play for Wilson. Maintains a possession for York. 55-42 the score. Spartans in the half court off the inbounds following the Salisbury foul. Bortner, Zumbrum. Now back to Bortner to Ferris, who takes a three from the left wing. Got all of it. Kayla Ferris from three makes it 58-42 with 6:20 to go in the game. Make that 5 different Spartans today with a three-pointer. Spreading the offense around. The offensive end, Dilger to Brown for the Seagulls. Takes a long jumper. Good. Ferris sides herself on that one. She knew she probably been a little more aggressive on defense, but regardless, it's a 14-point lead for York, 58-44. 5 minutes and 54 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Wilson trying to find somebody open, circles around, finds Ferris. Ferris pass to Zumbrum inside. Now back out to Bortner, top of the key. Luckaball left wing, pops up a three, and got it. Haley Luckaball for second three-pointer of the evening. Makes it 61-44 York. Her and Bortner now with 2 threes in the game. Opposite end, Dilger driving in off of Luckaball, converts a lay-in for 2. 61-46. 5 and change to go in the game. Savannah Wilson will take the ball up for the Spartans. Dribbles right, continues right, goes to Zumbrum near the corner in the right. Now top of the key, Luckaball. Luckaball to Wilson. Wilson drives in to the free-throw line, then leaves it for Zumbrum, who goes back inside the Wilson, goes off her hands. Wilson takes a tumble as the ball goes out of bounds. Wilson okay, she's helped back up. Ball went out of bounds on the Spartans, so Salisbury takes over. 61-46, under 5 to go in the fourth quarter. Jada Welbin calls for some movement. Goes to the right then of Abby Wilkinson. Wilkinson drives in towards the free-throw line, settles, then goes out to Catherine Gibson. Gibson towards the corner of Brown. Brown drives in, a high floater, no good, off the very top of the backboard. Then a tussle for the rebound as Zumbrum went with Brown, and I hope they didn't call Zumbrum for her 5th foul. There's a discussion with the referees, and let's see what they give it to. They give it on Brown, rightfully so. So Colby Brown gets her 3rd foul. Zumbrum stays in the game, does not foul out. So 4:42 to go in the game off the Seagulls foul. 61-46 the score. Kayla Ferris takes it up for the green and white. Quick pass to the right with Luckaball. Luckaball being swarmed by Emily Dilger. Gets the screen from Zumbrum from space. Goes to left wing and Ferris. Ferris now across to the leaping Zumbrum. And go to the top of the key. Goes to Bortner to her left. Bortner to the right of Luckaball. Haley Luckaball drives in, short of the free-throw line, lets it loose, and it goes in. 2 more points for Haley Luckaball. Makes it 63-46. Just over 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Luckaball showing not only the range from downtown, but able to let it go inside as well tonight as Wilkinson drives in the other end for Seagulls, and there's a foul called on the play. And they get Zumbrum on that foul on Wilkinson. So Zumbrum fouls out. Megan Carlson is in. Wilkinson, meanwhile, do some free throws for Abby Wilkinson tonight thus far. No points really to speak of. 0 of 1 from the floor. Her first is good, so she's on the board tonight with a point. Score now 63-47. Wilkinson's second free throws. He dribbles 3 or 4 times, now settles and lets it loose. No good as it hits the back iron and riddles out. 63-47 the score, under 4 to go in the game as Ferris dribbles behind the back, leaves it for Luckaball. Luckaball drives right, then kicks it out to Bortner. Bortner drives in off of Welbin, now kicks out to Carlson, who takes a long jumper, no good off the left side of the rim. Rebound Salisbury. Gibson gets it away from the presses. Ferris and Luckaball swarmed her, now settles short of the top of the key and leaves it for Welbin. Welbin drives towards the paint, now circles out as she was met by the Spartans almost immediately. Goes to her left in the top of Wilkinson. A couple of dribbles to the left and lets a three-pointer fly. No good. Rebound Ferris to the Spartans. Spartans have really done well on the rebounding side of things tonight as Luckaball tries to get a quick basket. No good. 63-47 to 3:09 to go in the game. Salisbury. Welbin with the ball in the right corner. Bounce pass to Dilger inside. Dilger working off of Carlson. Can't get her shot to go, but Welbin gets the miss and goes in, and her laying off the rim is good. Score now 63-49, under 3 to go in the fourth quarter. 2:47 to be exact as Wilson gets it to Luckaball. Haley Luckaball drives in, just short of the rim, tries to let a jumper in, but no good. Foul is called. They get Luckaball on the foul. It's her second foul of the game. Spartans' third of the quarter. Luckaball called on the over the back, so off that foul, here come the Seagulls as Welbin gets to Gibson. Gibson inside the Dilger. Dilger working off the smaller Wilson, gets it in for 2. 63-51. Spartans lead by 12. Wilson drives in, short of the elbow, circles out, goes to Ferris. Ferris drives in towards the baseline. The baseline try is good, and Coach Whitman wants a timeout. 65-51 at the Maple Donuts timeout. 2:10 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll join Coach Whitman on that timeout and bring you the rest of the fourth quarter after this on the Spartan Sports Network.
There's no running from it. Tax season will be here before you know it. The professionals at Frank Storm & Company can help alleviate the headache. Voted one of the best for all 19 years by the York Dispatch readers for both your personal and business tax needs, Frank Storm & Company makes the process easy. Payrolls, sales tax, preparation of financial statements, in addition to your personal tax service. Call today to set up your appointment at one of 3 convenient locations: York, Dallastown, and Hanover. Frank Storm & Company, committed to personalized quality service.
Remember when an app was listen only? Oh yeah, that was kind of us, wasn't it? Well, we have a new app. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores and take Sports Radio 1350 on the go like never before. Listen on the go like always, and now get easier access to archived games and programs on demand. Watch WOYK game broadcasts on YouTube and so much more. Search the new WOYK on the Apple and Google Play stores and download today. It's not just an app, it's a lifestyle. Sports Radio 1350. First in York, first in sports.
Your home for York's home team. The York College Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Out of the Maple Donuts timeout. 65-51 the score. Stoppage of play as there's some confusion on the floor. Trying to see how much time is on the shot clock. They had it at 13. Now they add 7 additional seconds to it. And they go to back to 13. See, Basco wanted the additional ones, but didn't get it. So 13 seconds on the shot clock. It'll be an inbounds for the Seagulls. Brown trying to find somebody open. She does in Wilkinson. Abby Wilkinson driving off of Wilson at the baseline. And Wilson forces her out of bounds. So good defense for the Spartans. Force the errant play for the Seagulls. Minute 49 to go in the fourth quarter. Spartans lead by 14, trying to prevent the Seagulls from getting back in this one. Bortner gets it to Wilson. We talked about the prospect of this game being a defensive one here tonight. And I would say it was, but for the Spartans, a one-sided defensive contest for the most part. Luckaball In the half court for the Spartans, goes inside the Bortner. Bortner converts the lay-in for 2. 2 more points for Alana Bortner. She's had a nice night for York. 67-51 the score, 1:23 left in the game. Wilkinson drives in off of Wilson towards the baseline, met by Carlson. Circles out, goes to Gibson. Gibson, a jumper near the elbow, no good. Offensive board almost, but then it's taken away by the Spartans as Ferris grabs the ball. Ferris goes to Luckaball right wing. Luckaball circles around. Carlson. Carlson to Bortner. Bortner another 3, no good. Foul on the floor. They're going to call Carlson on the foul. They saw a push from Carlson when it looked like they saw a push on Carlson. I think they were trying to say it was her 5th foul, but it was actually her 4th. So Carlson's still able to be eligible in this one. Spartans have had Brady Zumbrum already foul out tonight, but that has not hurt them in the long run. The referee's maybe a little too eager to foul out another Spartan, it seems. But Carlson stays in with 4 fouls. Salisbury in the inbounds. Gibson, Brown on the right wing. 40 seconds and counting in the game as Welbin tries to drive in off at Bortner. And lets a lay-in go with the left hand. No good. Rebound the Spartans. Wilson had the ball rocketed to her. Savannah Wilson takes the ball up for the green and white. Settles a couple feet away from the top of the key. Now passes right to Luckaball. 23 seconds and counting as Carlson almost takes the tumble. She's all good as she walks it off. Ferris, top of the key, circles around. 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. 12 to go in the game as Ferris drives in towards the basket. Can't get that shot to go. Board goes to Salisbury. 6 seconds to go in the game as they try to get the long pass to Gibson. She has an open lane towards the hoop. Overshoots the lay-in. And the shot at the horn goes in for 2. Make it 53 points for the Seagulls, but too little, too late for Salisbury as the Spartans take home this one 67-53. The final. The Spartans get their 4th conference win of the season and 13th overall. They improve to 13-7, 4-1 in the CAC. As the Seagulls fall to 8-12, they are now 1-4 in the CAC. We'll break this one down for you in the post-game show and wrap it up after this on the Spartan Sports Network.
York College of Pennsylvania is where your life's work begins. It starts with the passion you'll find, the connections you'll make, the career you'll pursue. More than work, it's the lives you'll touch. It's the difference you'll make. Better connections, a smarter plan, a life that works. From day one, York College of Pennsylvania, ycp.edu.
Your source for all of Friday night's action. Central PA Game Day with Steve Navaroli. Saturday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Shipley Energy is more than just an energy company. We're a family tradition. Our goal is to provide outstanding customer service and to make energy easy for you. From heating oil and propane to natural gas and electricity, our team can help. We also offer HVAC services, installation, maintenance, and service plans to keep your home safe and comfortable. In addition, our team can improve the quality of water in your home. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-5-SHIPLEY. We make energy easy.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Listen live and on demand with the new WOYK app and online at 989WOYK.com.
Ray Jensen back with you to wrap this one up here from Salisbury University as the Spartans victorious against the Salisbury University Seagulls. Spartans able to take home a win against a game Seagulls team. It was a game of the Spartans saw great efforts from three-point range by a lot of their players. Spartans had multiple players with three-pointers. In fact, 5 different Spartans able to score from three-point range here tonight as they take a final of 67-53. The final box score for you quickly is we'll name our player of the game. Well, it's in fact Molly Day. 17 points for Day on 6 of 14 shooting with a three-pointer, 4 of 5 from the free-throw line, 9 rebounds total for Day, and a fantastic effort to go 4 assists. Spartans distributed very well today. 3 different Spartans had at least 4 assists. Day, Ferris, and Bortner all with 4, and of course all 3 were in double digits as Kayla Ferris had 14 points to also go with 9 rebounds. Alana Bortner 10 points with 4 rebounds and 4 assists, and Haley Luckaball to round out the double-digit scores. 11 points for Luckaball with 2 made three-pointers. So again, the final from Salisbury University, 67-53. York gets their 13th win of the season. Player of the game goes to Molly Day. The next broadcast for us will be this Saturday as the women take on SVU at home. That game will be around 1 o'clock p.m. on the Spartan Sports Network. Daryl Henry on the call with that one. This is Ray Jensen saying so long for now. Again, the final from Salisbury, 67 for York, 53 for the Seagulls. We'll talk to you next time. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening, everyone.
Thank you for listening to York College Basketball on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. Catch the Spartans all season right here on York's only local sports station. Tune in 15 minutes before tip-off for the pregame show with head coaches Matt Hunter and Betsy Whitman. Listen on the go with the new WOYK app and online at 989WOYK.com. Spartan basketball all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming already in progress on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.